No, we
No, we were
was
thinking.
we were thinking.
Okay, Charlie. We are already on live, so
Hello, hi. We're talking about our experience in Metaverse the another month, like 3 months ago, and we have a very curious experience because was our first time using our control to be in a Metaverse program. I will say hi to my friend Gilberto Lopez that is with us right now. Hello, Gil. How are you?
hello, Charlie. Fine, thank you. Thanks for inviting me to our program.
To your program.
To our program.
I cannot see our program alive. Maybe it's in another channel. Oh, I can see
No,
that.
it is
Yeah,
it is
I
there.
can see it. Well, let me tell you guys that the good experience that Gilberto and I have that uh, experience was really, really weird to feel like you are flying or you're swimming or you are going very fast to one place to another place with my avatar in that time with Gilberto Lopez. Uh, I have a really very interesting experience, and I want to hear Gilberto what he feels in that time, our first time in Metaverse. What do you remember in that experience alive? Because it was alive. I remember that it was alive.
Yeah, we were there. Well, Charlie,
Yes, we. Yeah, tell me.
basically, it's a whole new story because I didn't think that I was going to spend some nice time. I thought it was
Yeah,
going to be boring. It was not going to be pleasant, and
right.
it was all the contrary. I really enjoy that time. I really enjoy how we discover new things in the metaverse because I was alone. I already did my by myself before we did it, and it was not the same. It's a lot better when a friend is already there and you can do many things. And so,
Right.
thank you for that experience, Charlie. And
No, thank you.
I
Thank
think we
you.
have to invite everyone someday to experience the
Yes.
metaverse.
Yes, we can tell how to go in. We can tell them how to practice a little bit, and we can have a meeting with any kind of people. We doesn't matter the age, and go in and we can be together. I don't know how many people would like to do it. Write us right now here in YouTube if you want to be in our meeting in Metaverse, and we can know each other but between our avatars. What will be a very good experience, I think so. Right?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, we can enjoy some time just selecting some game or something. So we can
Yeah,
do that. Yeah.
we can swim, for example. Something like that.
Okay,
Okay,
Charlie.
my friend, I'm ready to roll. This Tuesday is almost 6 o'clock. We start
6 o'clock on time every day,
almost at already every day. You're right, every day.
every Tuesday.
Okay, let's
Yes.
start the pro. This is a very nice Tuesday today. This is 11th of October, 2022, and I'm very happy because we are going to talk about always asking some questions to our teacher, a master teacher of all these topics about Avatar Economics Capital here in Avatar Bank channel with Gilberto Lopez and Carlos Bermudez. Thank you, Gil. This is the first question for you. Do you want to hear the first question?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. This one is very short, but very, 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 very long answer. I hope so from you. How crypto works? That's a good
Ah,
question. How crypto works? Wow, beautiful question.
well, how to explain? Do you remember
Yes,
when
please.
we were young that we that we used to have a glass of let's say it was like plastic glass, and we used to have just a small tiny um how do you call the hilo, how do you say that, well, the small tiny,
Um, nylon.
yeah,
It's
probably.
like a nylon.
And
Yeah, yeah.
then someone
A
go
string.
go to one place and the other one go to the other place, to the other side, and just speak
Yeah,
to that as a microphone, and the other person can
right.
hear it in the other way, in the other side. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember. With a
Well,
glass.
yeah, with the glass.
Remember?
What
With
are you
the
saying,
plastic.
Charlie? Yeah,
Yeah, with the
with a
plastic was
hole
our first telephone. Uh,
as
our
childs
first, yeah, the first uh, way to create a telephone was with a line. It's a really line, like a nylon line, and you can hear someone like 2 or 3 meters away, and you
or
can say,
50 or
"Hey,
60.
yeah, who cares?" You can say, "Hey, Charlie, how are you?" And you can hear it. Was our first telephone,
Yeah,
cell
well,
phone.
exactly the same thing happens with the telephone
Okay.
lines, with the
Okay.
internet, and with everything. So what you, if you want to listen what myself and you are talking with those telephones with the line, you just have to go grab another nylon, put it there, and just go away, and you will hear it. That's because of the nylon, the vibration travels from one side to another, and then you can hear it. So if you want to say a secret, you need a way to say the things that the other person doesn't understand. Okay.
Correct. Yes.
So the best way to do it is to use cryptographic. What does that means? It means to hide the real original message into something that nobody recognizes. Okay.
Okay.
So the first crypto was, I guess it was Leonardo, or who used to write his things backwards. So
Leonardo da Vinci.
yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
Leonardo. So you have to
Yeah.
show it in the mirror, and then you can read it because he
Yes.
knew all his ideas, and he didn't want anybody to copy or to do what he was thinking.
Right.
So that's a way of crypto. He was hiding the message, so nobody knew what was he doing. So in
Yeah.
this case, we just change, like when we speak with the F. In Mexico we speak with the F.
Yes.
So
Cafarlofos. Cafarlofos. Right.
yeah. So if you don't understand the language with the F, you won't understand anything. It's like, what are you saying? Why don't you speak Spanish? And you're speaking Spanish. You're just having something that is modifying the real, so you can understand. And if people listens, if they speak with F, they will understand what you're saying.
That's true.
So the
Yeah.
same thing happens in when the SOS signal with the, how do you say, the telegraph, or how was, yeah, that was the
Yeah. The
telegraph, right?
telegraph. Yes. Yeah. And the
And the
telegraph
Morse
was
clave.
very. Yeah. Morse is a point and a line. Point and a line. Point line. Point line line is an A. Something like that. Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
And they use also lights in the to a ship to another ship.
yeah,
A Morse
in
they
Morse
use,
code, yeah.
yeah, they use lamps light, and what's the same, closing the light and putting the light, and that's it, and that's a Morse code.
Yeah, that's a kind of
Right.
cryptographic also, because if you don't know it, you can't describe what they're saying.
Okay.
So
Okay.
in this case, when you want to hide something, you can just use simple methods like crypto to just hide the message. And you can use a book. You can use the ABC. You can
Okay.
use. numbers, you can use mathematics, you can use many things. And the real crypto started to be used during the Second World War. Why the Second World War? Because
Yeah, with yeah, I understand. With the Germans and the Russians and the United States, they use his codes, his
yeah,
crypto
that's
code.
right. And IBM was the was a company who sold all those typing machines that translated everything into a code for the Germans. And the idea of the friends of the world, the, the the Occidental world and Russia, they have to decipher, like they have to know what they were saying, even though they
Yeah,
know the words, they know the letters, they couldn't translate it because the message was hidden. So only after 2, 3, or 4 years, they discovered that, and they actually made some examples and some trials to see if it was possible to just um, joke with or if the code was correct. So they tried it, and it worked. So they knew that code was correct. So what happened next is the we use the code for the World Wide Web, which is the internet, what we know today as the internet, to hide all the materials. Because actually, we see pictures, we see the image, we see our voice, we can hear our voice and all that stuff. But basically, what is in the line in the internet is just codes, zeros and ones. So
right.
if you have another computer, you can see what the information is passing through, you know. So you need a code to hide something that translates in both sides at the end. So that's basically what the crypto means. It means that they hide the message. And you know who was the creator of the cryptographic?
No, sir.
No.
I don't know. Really, I don't know.
Okay,
I
there's a
haven't read. I
manifest.
haven't made my homework. I'm sorry.
There's some. It's just because I like it, that those kind of things. So it's not
Right.
necessary. Uh, so there's a manifest that is called Voynich, and
Point.
we don't know exactly who
Yeah.
is the writer of that manifest, but it seems like everyone is clear that the owner of the manifest, or the person who wrote the manifest, is Roger Bacon. Roger Bacon.
Oh.
And we
Oh.
actually have a beer called Roger Bacon in Dark Lord, so that's why I know all that
Oh.
stuff. And it's
I
because
like bacon.
it's a hard beer to understand. It's the crypto is hard to understand if you don't have the translation for the crypto.
Right. Yeah, I understand that.
So does that
Wow.
answer your question, Charlie? It was very long.
Yes. No, no, no. I knew that it's going to be long because it's not very easy, and also it's not a simple word to understand. And maybe we can tell, no, maybe we can tell our audience that please come back to see us, and if you want to repeat this question, we will do it again, or you can see it forever in our channel. This channel is for you and it's free. You can look for us. Okay. Thank you, Hill. You are very, very nice. You can see now I am knowing, well, I am in the Bermuda, but another side of the island. I am with beautiful, weather and this beautiful place, always, always with the beautiful weather, but I'm still in black. I don't know why. I will tell you later.
Men in Black.
Okay, I have this second question for you, if you don't mind.
No, welcome.
Okay, where crypto meets the metaverse? Well, that's a good question too.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
there's two metaverse, or two
Okay.
metaverses, or two kind
Yes.
of metaverses:
Yes.
decentralized and decentralized. Okay,
Right.
centralized and decentralized.
Decentralized. I knew that. I
Yeah.
knew that.
No, but
Okay.
if they're here for the first time, probably they hear the same, centralized and decentralized. you know,
They are, yeah, they are two. One is centralized, and the second one is decentralized.
yeah, that means that this centralizes everything centralized in one place.
Correct.
Decentralizes everything is everywhere. you know.
Everywhere.
So the crypto especially is very useful in the decentralized world because we need a currency that is the same, that has the same value for you and for me and for people in India, for people in United States. I was going to say Russia, but I don't I don't say
Yeah.
anymore.
No.
And
No,
in
please.
Canada. So the idea of this is we can exchange money. We can exchange
Okay.
the prices and the goods and services, and we don't have to worry because of the currency. So when we talk about the decentralized world, we need, for sure, we need money. And how do we send dollars or pesos or liras or whatever? It's very difficult because you have to go to the traditional banking system. So the only way to do it 100% outside that is using digital um, money. And that digital money is the crypto money because it's protected. That means that it's hard to get it, it's hard to hack, it's hard to just do something something that is not allowed to everyone. And we don't have a person or a singular company looking for how much money you have, because that's what will happen if Facebook knows how much money you have, Charlie.
Whoa. No way. Well, he maybe knows because when you invest and pay, it's not the same that I pay for the publicity and Mr. Slim would pay for his products. Maybe he knows how much I want to spend. Maybe he don't know how much money I have, but he know how much I can spend for it, for the publicity of Facebook.
Oh
He
yeah,
can
but that's very
visualize.
different because
Yeah,
how much money
yes,
represents what you spend on
face.
advertising in Facebook, and what how much money you do you really carry, you know? So
Yeah, that's a big
it's just a
difference.
small amount, so it doesn't count. But
Right.
let's
But
say
if
that
they, uh-huh, tell me.
Facebook or
Yeah,
any company knows how much money you have. That's
my
very
bank,
dangerous, man.
my bank.
Now, even your wife, I bet she doesn't know how much money you make.
No, no, not right now.
So why would you trust a company like Facebook or any other company or government to know how much money you actually have?
Oh, I trust them because they use my money
We have to.
like they want to.
We
Yeah,
have
we
to.
have
We don't want to, but we have to. So
we have.
that's very dangerous. So the idea is because Facebook had the idea to create his own crypto cryptocurrency, but the thing here is that they decided not to go. And if they are going to use it, they're going to use something current, like Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever. It's
Right.
all out there. So this is a lot much better. A lot much better
Understand.
approach. So without crypto, the transactions, what we used to call, I'll give you beans and you give me a chicken, it won't be possible because we need something to transact. You have to give me the beans I want to buy from you, or the tequila I want to buy from you, and
Right.
you need money. And how do I do that if I can send you the dollars or whatever? So in a way to make it easier, it's a lot better to have the cryptocurrency. I guess sooner or later we're gonna have our currency in crypto. So
Yes, I understand that. That's the reason they meet, and the reason they need to each other, because in that time, if you don't have that kind of interchange, will be very difficult to say, "Oh, I have mirrors, or maybe I have apples," but it's not the way to give it to you because you are in another country or in another place, and will be very expensive to pay you with maybe one smile. No,
yeah,
they need, yeah, they need this kind of
value.
transaction.
Yeah,
Yeah, this transaction with this value, and with the crypto will be easier, and not with a different money change for the transaction for different divisas. I don't know. Uh, all the
yeah. The
time the money
exchange
goes
rate,
down, and
the
that's the
exchange
exchange
rate, the
rate. Right.
commission, and
Yeah,
so it's hard. It's hard
I know.
when you try to do it in the traditional ways. You know.
I don't know this, if I am going to make a fake news, but I hear that in other countries we don't want to say Russia. I'm sorry, we don't want to say that they're going to make their own money, their own crypto money, and
Yeah, but
you know,
that's a different approach because they want to have control. You know.
control, and it's going to be a common outside money. It's like a dollar, or yen, or
Yeah,
Mexican pesos. It's going to be there for the control that they want to make, be control the market. Okay,
yeah.
that's good. Thank you for that answer. I have another question for you.
Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, it's with the same topic. Is why crypto in the market is going down right now?
Uh, well, the main reason is because the economy is not doing well. That's the
Okay.
main reason.
That's the big reason.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Okay.
we can put on top of that that all expectations of the near future are just moving forward. It's like when you have a can and you just hit the can, so you face the can in a few meters after that.
Okay.
So what happens is the war Russia with Ukraine. What happened is that many of the enclosures, many of the products that and the materials, the raw materials that we need to produce computers, to produce many things, are no longer available, or as we used to think about that. And we came from another reason, which is the pandemics with the COVID-19 when arrived in China, which is the factory of the world. They closed down many days and many small cities and provinces, and that happened that products were not arriving to the final destination. The other problem that happened is that even if you can produce, the container not was not in the right place. It was waiting somewhere, waiting to be unloaded because there weren't many employees, or there weren't many. It was the economy was closed, or whatever was happening. So the containers were like in the incorrect place, you know.
I know.
And if we add to this that China suddenly thinks that they want to control Hong Kong and Taiwan, which is Taiwan is the number one maker of chips, which are the microcontrollers. And what happens is that the world has to change, and how to produce a new machine to create the latest technology for new computers, for cars, for all that stuff is it takes time. So even if the United States try to make the new machine and try to produce in the United States or in Germany or wherever, it's going to take a long time. So what is going on is that the production is not really there. The production is not really happening, and the necessity is not really there because we are already thinking in paying some other stuff instead of computers. So what happened is everything that has to do with the development of computers that is not health is not in is not the right time. So that's why the investors and all the people who used to be in the metaverse, in the cryptocurrencies, right now looking for something that is safe. Something that they can have their money and they can't lose money because they think the market is not really there. But eventually, everything is going to be recovered, and sooner or later, we're going to have better metaverses every day.
Every day with new avatars too. It's going to be a lot of avatars now, and that's the reason every all the technology is changing every day, every second, every minute. New programmers, new people, new inversions, and new economics with all these that you are telling us. That's a very good answer. Thank you, Hill. Thank you, thank you. About now talking about metaverse, is for Oculus, you know, uh, you know, can be that
Do you know what's
real.
Oculus, Charlie?
Yeah, it's a really interchange uh, money place, right? The
No,
is the way is the real bank of metaverse, right?
no, Oculus. No,
No,
Oculus
what is
is Oculus
it?
is like goggles for virtual reality. It's
Google for
goggles.
what? Yeah. Go. Oh, you're right. That's Oculus.
Yeah, that's Oculus.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's my Oculus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
right.
understand that. I was,
So,
I
but
was,
Oculus is
I
is
was
a
trying. If
brand.
you, I was, yeah, I was trying to know if you knew.
Yeah, I know.
I know. This is
And
my Oculus. Okay.
so what happened is 2 or 3 years ago, or 4 years ago, because
Yeah.
2020 didn't count, so that's why three. 4 years ago, Facebook, which is Meta today, they bought Oculus, the company. And when I saw it for the very first time, I was impressed. I saw that in a Microsoft store, and it was a guy with a space, uh, like a special place where you
Yes.
cannot go inside. He was like the only person inside that place, and he
Right.
was playing with his Oculus, and he have like the controllers, and he was moving around all 360, up, down, whatever he was trying. I remember it was something about the sea. He was hunting something in the sea. So it was a big screen, and we were seeing all what he was doing, and it looked interesting. But at that time, the Oculus were like very selective. It was very expensive, and
Wow.
you have to have a very expensive computer, and you have to have many things. Right now, it's not that expensive. You can buy your Oculus, and they are almost um, they are almost independent. You don't need a computer to work, but they're still a little pricey. Like 600 or something. So
Something like that.
$600. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you have the Oculus and you want to join the metaverse, it's the only way to join the metaverse from Meta, which is Facebook. And so the metaverse for Facebook is only through Oculus. You need Oculus to go into the metaverse, and that's why Meta bought Oculus because they were interested in the metaverse. But there's a game also. I like more the games in Oculus than whatever happens in the metaverse with
Right.
Oculus. There's how's that called? The lightsaber, something like
The
that.
lightsaber.
Yeah,
Yeah. Remember Eugenio de Verse? He need a lightsaber because he's still in bed.
no, lightsaber, like in
Oh,
Star Wars. Like in Star Wars,
lightsaber.
yeah,
Yes.
you have
Oh,
a couple of lightsabers, and you're
yeah.
hitting some triangles or squares or things that are
Right.
coming through you, and it's with the music. So it's for me it's interesting. So
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
know. I don't know
Yeah.
if
Also for me,
forever. Yeah.
I remember in 1977, the first movie of Star Wars was amazing. But I hear you say life savings. I'm sorry.
No, light
Life. Yeah.
savers.
Yeah. Yes, I understand that.
Yeah,
And well, that's the reason Metaverse and Oculus they need each other because the technology, like you said, say it's very important that if you're going to use it in Facebook for the future, you need to buy the Oculus. But in our case, if we invite our people to be with us in our metaverse, right now they don't need Oculus, right?
yeah.
We
No,
are going
only a computer. And that's it.
only a computer. You don't need more than a simple glasses like mine or without glasses. And maybe you can feel like you're in the war. I feel like
In
right
another
now
world.
I'm trying, yeah, in another world, but I need to use my glasses. But of course, and maybe in the future, uh, they need protection to be in, like you say in the beginning, a square to don't go away of that, perimeters because you can have an accident, like another friends in the world.
Yeah, that's why that's why I was like, how does he get that damage from doing
That
that?
accident,
Yeah, with
you
that
know,
accident, because
we don't know.
you have to establish the perimeters, so you can't go
Right.
further than those perimeters.
Yes, and I know that a lot of games, also in a plaza, if you go out of the perimeters, they will sound a huge, speaker to say, "Hey, where are you going?"
Yeah.
Or the game will came off because you are doing something illegal for you saved. So I don't understand, and I was playing like 2 years ago a game. Like they have limits. Of course, they need to have limits, and was a very funny game. But forget it. I was playing with my wife. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I have another question for you, my friend.
Okay. Let's say.
Why why um, why NFT have value? Wow.
Well, the NFT by itself it doesn't have a value.
Okay.
Okay, it's like a birth certificate. How much value does a birth certificate has for you?
60 pesos in the
Yeah.
city. Yeah,
So
nothing.
because it's only the is the transaction,
$2, right?
in this case, the NFTs, what is really valuable is the item, which is certified. Okay.
Okay.
So let's say that your glasses, Charlie, I know they are very expensive, like $8,000. But
No, really. Okay.
but
No,
if
thank
you
you.
want to
Maybe,
certify them,
yeah.
the certification is gonna cost like $100. So you can sell your glasses, the glasses from Charlie Bermudez, for
With a certificate.
$1 million with the certificate. The certificate
Wow.
doesn't make any difference for itself. It makes the difference for the goods for what you're saying selling.
All right. Because my glasses are certificate.
Because your glasses are certificated that they belong
Yeah.
to Charlie Bermudez.
And that's a mark and is registered by the law, and the people will pay more, of course.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's say that. Have you seen the program that is the price of the history in
Yes.
Spanish?
Yes.
And when Rick
In English,
says,
Rick
in
says,
English, I
yeah.
don't know how's that called.
I don't
Uh,
remember, but it's the price is
the price of the
history.
history?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, the price. I don't know. History price. I don't know.
Well,
So
it's pawn shop or something. It's Rick and his dad and his son and the friend of his son.
different of his son.
Yeah, and what happened there is that they always bring something. Like I have this spade. This spade
Yeah,
belongs to the
yeah.
I
I
don't
have
know.
this key. This one came from a Maya called Moctezuma. No, that was Azteca.
Okay, Aztec.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
this one, you know, is
and
is
and
very
sometimes they bring something and they say,
yeah.
this is valuable because it belonged to X person,
Or
and we
Moctezuma.
really don't know unless we
No.
have that person to certify that everything is correct.
Yeah.
In this case, with the NFTs, we don't need anyone to certify it because we
No.
can track who was the owner of that item when was created and who bought it and then who bought it and then who bought it and how that item arrives to you. So the certification goes
Wow.
from one person to another and it has a chain. So it's very difficult to say, Charlie, this microphone belongs to Charlie when Charlie never certificated it was his own microphone. So
Yeah.
it's a very simple way to understand and to know that whatever they are selling is certificated and if it's real or not. So that's why it's very important, and the value of the NFT is there in the certification because you can prove that that product belongs to someone or to some person or to that area or whatever because it's certified and you can track all the certification.
Right. I can understand that. Yes. That's the reason that they have that value because came from a place that is always is going to be from that place. The
Yeah.
first one. Yeah.
So if it's
Mhm.
something I buy, like my
Yes.
glasses, and then I sell it to Charlie, and Charlie has my glasses, and then Charlie sell it to Chabelo, and
Yeah.
then we sell it very expensive because it belonged to Chabelo. Then the person who buys, he can say,
Yeah.
"Oh, this was created by Gilberto." Then Charlie bought it, and then Chabelo, because it's certified and it accompanies all the transactions that took place. So it's very difficult to do you want to certify? Okay, you can call Gilberto, you can call Charlie, or you can call Chabelo. Who do you want to
Right.
call? you know?
Hill. I will call Hill. Right.
You can call the person that you know probably, but
You're right.
if the story you're telling and there's the story you bring to the person you want to sell, and that is it matches with the certification, it probably is right because it's very difficult to have like the code from Charlie or my code, and it was not, and if it was not certified. So
Right. It's like a paint or a very famous painter. Uh, they have a specialist to certify that is original, right? Because it's a lot of fakes paintings in the world, and you go to an expert, and they need to certificate that that paint came from Chabelo, right?
that's right.
And not from Carlitos Bermudez, that he's not a famous painter. Chabelo is not a famous painter, but you understand that that paint is
Yeah,
certificate because the real painter, yeah, is Michelangelo,
yeah.
or who cares,
So in the future, the
Yeah,
NFTs are going to be very important because you can track who were the owners who were the previous owners of that item, and it's already
right.
certified. So you don't need to call anyone because it's certified. You know.
You don't need to call anyone, right? Because you know where it's coming from, and for sure you know that the real value, correct?
Yeah, because it's already there. It's like, how do you know, Charlie, how much money you
Yeah.
have in the bank?
I need to go to my cell phone, or I need to go to my no, my cell phone will tell me like that in this
Okay,
moment.
let's say there's no cell phone, there's no computer, and you're
Oh,
doing it manually. How would you know how much money
I
you
need to
have in the
go to
bank?
the I need to go to the bank. I need to go to us and a specialist and say, can you tell me how much money I have? Long time ago, when I was a child, I have a Abunrat bank that is not exist anymore. I still have money there. I am a
You're
millionaire.
very rich.
Yeah, I'm very rich. I found my carnet, and was 1,000 pesos, 1,000 pesos, and I go to the manager or maybe the cashier, and
It was
can you tell
before
me?
the 84? It was before
Eight?
that? For
No,
86?
before that,
Okay,
and was
so
in
probably it was 1 peso.
1970. Right now, yeah, it was 1 peso because you need to take off three zeros.
Yeah. So
You're
don't
right.
get so excited about that.
No, no,
But
one
because of
peso,
the
one
inflation,
peso.
could be a lot of money, you know.
Yeah, and let me tell you, I need to go. Oh, I have here.
Charlie.
I'm sorry. It's a lot of people calling me in English, and I need to ask someone to tell me about my money. You know?
Not necessarily, Charlie. Is that was because what we usually have to do is you have to know how much money you deposit. You know, you go to
Yes,
the bank and they give you a certification like a
my
deposit.
balance.
No, a receipt. Yeah, I give you 1,000. There's your receipt for 1,000.
Yes,
You make a check for 500, then I have the record of those 500, and I have the record of the 1,000, so I know your balance is 500. You know, and
yes,
then you bring another 1,000, so I have the receipt, and then I have a record that you deposit another 1,000. So you have deposit 2,000, and you have taken out or withdraw 500. So your balance is 1,500. You know, and exactly the same thing. The records are in the NFT, so you don't have to track records like I have to go to the bank. No, you just have your NFT, and you can check in the Ethereum network or wherever you are, and you will see all the transactions, who bought it for how much money, and then who bought it for how much money, and when was created, when was sold, who was the creator, and all that stuff. You know that you don't have to
right.
go to the bank because that is public. That's why we don't use names and we don't use your ID, because
Oh,
that's very dangerous. We know who is the owner, and
yeah,
everybody knows the code, but they don't really know who is the owner, you know, unless you
and
disclose. Yeah, unless you disclose.
of course, but in the same time, is protection for yourself, and it is going to be there, the NFT, and you can use it the way you want it, right?
Yeah. So it
It's
has two
yours.
purpose. It has two purpose. One, to track all the transactions about that
Yeah.
item, and the
Okay.
second one is to know the certification, to have a certification that makes possible to know all those transactions.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, wow. Uh, I still have the last question for you.
Okay, bring it on, because it's almost 7. It's almost
Yeah,
7 p.m.
I like this. This is the
on
first
time.
time we have a very long program today. It's very short question that you will answer.
Okay.
When we can find you and where we can find you and at what time we can find you in this channel,
They can
please.
find us every Tuesday
Where?
at Avatar Bank in YouTube. And they can send those messages over there. And soon we're going to have our own website, but it's not really there today. You can't find it. But you can send us a message over there in the YouTube platform, and what we basically want to do is we want everyone to know about the metaverse. We want them to know about the crypto, the technology, and the NFTs. Why? Because we think this is the new way of making business. Because in the near future, you're gonna have a lot of digital digital products, and if you don't know how this works, and if you think this is complicated, then you will be left behind, and this is not going to be for you. So right now you have the time to be prepared, you have the time to get to know the technology, and you have the time to spend time with us and share what your findings are, and together we can learn from each other. And actually we're going to make some investments, and we want to invite you to do those investments because we believe that together get in, we can get to a better place than what we can do by ourselves.
That's true. Thank you, Gil. Thank you very much to be with us. Thank you to be in your program. Thank you to be
In our
here
program.
in our program every Tuesday, almost at 6 o'clock on time. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. We miss Lord. Maybe next week he will be with us, and of course, don't forget that you can write us always, and we can answer all your questions. And thank you for all the people that is writing and asking questions for Gilberto Lopez, and I will help you to read it for you. Thank you. My name is Carlos Bermudez, and see you next week.